In this second video, we will detail the fretting hand as it relates to Standin' in the Need of Prayer, as played by Jim Mills. This is track 5 from his third CD project, The Hidehead Blues. First, let's get into tune, G tuning, 1st and 4th strings to D. Third and 5th strings to G. And lastly, the B string. And now to the break. And slower, it would sound like this. Now when Jim kicks that song off, he starts with 2 forward rolls and a hammer-on. So you have open strings, 2, 1, 5, 2, 1, 5, and that's the first 6 notes that are played before Dan Tyminski leads in with that on the guitar. So you have, with the hammer-on, that E note. That's where the bass comes in and the mandolin chop comes in and all of that good stuff. And so we have this. So that's 2, 1, 5, 2, 1, 5. And then pinch on the 1st string. And so that's the way that goes. So you have that 2, 1, 5, 2, 1, 5, 1, 1, and then a pull off. That right there, very reminiscent of Foggy Mountain Breakdown the 3rd time you played. Right there. And coming off that little A to D, you have this sort of backwards pull off. So you have a 1, 2, 3. Coming off that hammer on. time he plays it. Second time, instead of that 6-note lead-in of 2-1-5, 2-1-5, he has this big rake across all the strings. Again, rake, and then 5-1-5-2-1-5-1. So rake, 5-2-1-5. That's it right there. 5, rake actually. Rake, 5-2-1-1. 5-2-1-1. And notice he leaves the B string open. He doesn't keep that D note fretted on the 3rd string of the B string. The 3rd fret of the B string, excuse me. So coming off that rake, rake, 5-2-1-1, same thing as before. And instead of the, he has this. So instead of that A, G, E, that little double thumb or single string note, you have this pull off. And he stacks that same lick again. And then the tag. So playing through that entire second part of the A section again slowly. Rake, 5-2-1-1. And that's the entire low section. Now to the up the neck break, which is very interesting to say the least. You have these melody notes. Melody notes here. That's the note. That's the melody notes of the song, and instead he sort of has this just sort of plays around with it. It's not an exact transcription. It's not playing the melody notes as they would be sung. It's sort of playing them maybe a little ahead of where they'd be sung, maybe a little behind, to get that characteristic banjo syncopation. This actually is lifted from something Earl Scruggs did. Found it on YouTube the other day. I don't remember exactly what song context Earl did it under, but he played this exact same. Play that exact whole first section right there. So slowly, lifting right off the first string. It's all first string. 1, 1, 1. And that closes the first time he plays the A section. Now notice I did not end on the G note on the 2nd string. I ended on the open 5th string after that choke. It's the 5th string there. That gives you time to lead back to the partial D position G chord, or the little E minor there, to hit that little tag. Now the second time he plays the A section, he just has this and that's just the way the second time the way he plays it. So the first time opening the high break on the song, he plays this lick. The second time he plays this, totally different. So those are the two key things you want to listen for in the song to differentiate between the first time he plays the A part and the second time. So play the second time as slow as I can. All that is picked is 2, 1, 2, and then a forward and backward roll stacked together. So you can see 2, 1, 2, 2, 1. Again, 2, 1, 2. That's a backwards roll first, then a forward roll. 5, 1, 2, 5, 2, 1, 1. See if I can play that as slow as I can. 2, 5, 1, 2, 5, 2, 1. That's the roll. 2, 5, 1, 2, 5, 2, 1. That's the roll. So again, from the top of the second part. And all he's doing on that opening lick to the melody is just holding partial D position G chord, the same thing as down here. Play through the entire B section, not the B section, but the high break, again as slow as I can. Now that little choke is very reminiscent of what Scruggs does on Clinch Mountain Backstep. But it's done in a much different way. Right there, it's not even beat. It's much more different. So it's kind of like duh, 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 duh. Kind of you speed up as you go a little bit. Kind of like that. It's a little tricky to get because this really, you can't relate it to any roll pattern. There's only a few things that are actual rolls like this. But other than that, it really is all just paying attention to your fingerings. You're almost fingering a new note every time you play, every couple of nanoseconds, so you really got to pay attention to what you do. Now you can't hold a partial D position G chord for that. You have to be holding the E minor position when you come off that. You can't go like this. You can't do that because you have to be able to reach back later on with the index finger on the D note of the third string and hold that position, kind of like Sally Gooden, like that. Other than that, it's just kind of two fingers, sometimes a third finger. You have to hold this position when you're doing this choke, because you're obviously going to reach down again to that D note on the third string. I think he does it like this, but I've not become accustomed to that way because it requires a different reach and some changes that I'm not comfortable with. But obviously you can do it however you feel. Obviously I'm guessing from his positions based on what's comfortable for me in the song, but I'm sure there's many ways you can, there's always multiple ways to get to the same path. So closing out of that kind of choke passage, he mirrors that lick from Foggy Mountain Special down the neck. And at that point, when those two licks are stacked together, they're separated by an octave, he closed the song out with a tag. And that, of course, leads into the next verse of the song. So practicing that choke passage again. Song done. Now do a forward roll, 5, 2, 1, 5, 2, 1, 2. Again, as slow as I can. On that final pinch, he actually raises both fingers off the head to get that really open percussive sound. So that is the song. If you have any questions, please leave a comment or send me a message and I will get back to you and answer the question as best I can. Thank you for watching the videos. Remember to rate and comment, and I hope I've helped some banjo players out there on YouTube.